Hey guys, it's me, back on Essentially, and today I'm going to be shooting a video on my art worksheet. So here it is. Here is the worksheet. I worked for about like 18 days, probably 18 pages, and these are the basic fundamentals of art that I posted on my Instagram stories a while back. And yeah, I wanted to share them with you guys just in case it would help you in any way. Also, I wanted to I don't know, showcase all my artworks in this channel. So I'll be doing a art preview of my digital arts pretty soon as well, but before that we're just gonna jump right into this guy. So I've got it clipped here. We're just gonna use our first image, which is right here. It's a 1-point perspective learning process. Now I had clearly no idea about this because I actually did have some idea about it. I watched it through many YouTubers, but not really. I didn't know how any of these worked, but I started learning the 1-point perspective, and there are the 3 exercises I did. That's it. I didn't do any more because I wanted to jump straight to a 2-point perspective. So yeah, here's just some normal boxes, complicated shapes, and all of them together in one. And here's the 2-point perspective. So this one, yeah, I had to figure things out myself because I didn't bother looking at tutorials, and I thought we would do something similar to the 1-point perspective, but what we have to do in this one is just start with one single line, and then all of the other lines converge to the 2 points. So yeah, I had clearly no idea about that as well, but glad I could figure it out later on. And similarly, I did the same exercises, which was the boxes, the complicated shapes, and all of them together. And then the 3-point perspective. Now this one hurt my head a lot because I didn't know what was going on, so I had to turn on a YouTube tutorial for this one, and thankfully I was able to figure things out later on, and I did the same exercises, but I did the first one twice because the first time I did it, it looked rather silly. So yeah, from the get-go I was pretty bad at this stuff, but I think I slowly improved over time. And here's my same thing but without any vanishing point, and that's a very stupid thing to do because the only point of learning perspective is to know how the vanishing points are placed, and if I don't use the vanishing points, it's pretty dumb. But I tried to do that because I was bored on day 5, and that's it. I made some characters as well using that. So I can draw, but I had literally no idea about these fundamentals and wanted to tap into them. So yeah, that is what I did. And day 6 I learned some simplification steps to practice from Mark Brunette, an amazing digital artist. So I learned most of the things from him as well, and this is it. This is the same thing but with faces, so pretty cool. Not exactly happy with how it turned out, but it's decent. So here's my first hand worksheet, because every artist finds, probably not every artist, but most artists find hands the most hardest piece or part of the body to draw. So I wanted to see how much of an improvement could I bring in my hand drawing as well, because I'm not good at it either. And so here are a few hand thingies, and I'm quite happy with most of these actually. I don't like that one because the index finger is kind of wonky, but yeah, also I like that, the back hand and that one. So yeah, this is my hand worksheet. I do one more hand worksheet later on, but that's a different thing. It's not exactly the same thing. And then here, on day 8 I was kind of bored doing online classes, and I just picked up my A4 paper, started drawing random stuff that I had in my mind, and came up with a city. So there are some 2 characters in there if you noticed, and this one was done in a few hours, probably one or two. And yeah, I got lazy around that part, so I didn't bother making the windows, but that's also a good thing because you should minimize the details the farther you go. Okay, so moving on to foreshortening. Okay, this is where I start learning anatomy and perspective in human beings, because I'm horrible at those stuffs. All I can do are make non-dynamic poses, and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, so yeah, practice some of these. Now, I do a lot of these, spoiler alert, but yeah, there's foreshortening practice, female gesture, male gesture. Now these gesture drawings are, I just do whatever I saw on the screen without using any techniques, so they look very weird because they don't have proper perspective, but after I used the perspective and used the gesture together, I came up with these. So these look decent, I'm happy with them. So moving on, more figure drawing practice. Now this time it's a female only because that's the hardest thing for me personally, and if you've been following my Instagram, I think you know all I draw are female, so I also thought this would be helpful for my future projects. Now there's a female gesture, a female perspective thingy, and a female anatomy practice all on a single page. So basically in day 8 I got kinda lazy, and I could say I didn't bother doing the male as well. Yeah, but day 9 I was, wait, day 11 I was pumped up again, so did the same thing. Male gesture, random sketch of whatever I saw, and perspective, and then the anatomy. So if you're wondering how I learned these anatomies from Mark Brunette again, he's like crazy good at these stuff, so yeah, I'd recommend you guys watch him as well. And there's more anatomy structure from the same person. I learned most of these stuffs from Mark Brunette and Mark Brunette only, also some other YouTube tutorials, but I'm very sorry because I can't remember all of them. So that's my day 12. Now I'll put this down because that would be much easier to see for you guys. Is it even on camera? Like, okay, so I'm using a camera stand right now, and I have clearly no idea how much of the screen I can fit in my table. So that's the first time I practiced the simplified human bodies, so they look very weird right now, but I think I might improve in the days to come. Now the same thing, now I try to do all 6 of these without any references, so yeah, it's again very silly, but these ones are the ones using references, and these ones are not using references because I wanted to see how much I could do that. Okay, now after this is something I'm very proud of. Day 14, I'm tackling poses. So I used the same principle that I did earlier, and I made some poses using some Google references. Now all of these are female references used from Google. You should try this as well. It's quite fun to make like cool poses using just simplified shapes. So yeah, I did 8 poses on day 14. It seems I was very productive that day. Okay, is it even on? Okay, it's on screen. Now day 15, I didn't want to practice these stuff, so I went straight to a completed project piece. So this one was done using alcohol markers. It's a traditional art of Ilya Krishinov's digital art, so I wanted to study his work. I've been studying many digital artists' work, and this was in my to-do list, so I decided to do it traditionally instead of digitally. So yeah, there's that. There's my cool signature down there if you didn't know how it looked, and it's done on a yellow piece of paper because I'm too lazy to color background. Now I'm happy with how it turned out, by the way. So after this I went to hands. Now one of my friends challenged me to do these, they sent me real life hands, a lot of real life hands, and I wanted to like do every single one of them. Now that was not in the condition, but I was like, man, I'll do it. Okay, so I finished I think it's about 45 hands in day 15. Now that's a massive improvement because I didn't use any sketch lines for this one. I just went all out, so that's why it's called rapid fire hands. So one hand took probably about a minute or 2. That's still a lot of time because no artists have that much time. to just draw a single hand, so I need to improve a lot on those kind of things. But as a hobby, I'm quite happy with how this one's improving. And the ones I put like tick marks on are the favorite ones that I found good. So that's the day 15 hands. Now the day 16 is the Asaro head. So if you know about the Asaro head, it's simply a simplified planes of the head, and they're like how you shade your parts of the faces. For example, the half of the Asaro head, this half is extremely complicated compared to the other half, which is extremely simplified. So that's the simplified part and that's the complicated part. And this one, these three were done using real references, real 3D models, and I just used my pencil to shade those stuffs. And after that I was like, okay, let me try without looking at any references, and I tried to do something like that, but it was kind of hard, so I still used these as references. So this is how it turned out without actual 3D models. Didn't learn much from these three, but learned a lot from these three, so I'd recommend you guys use references as well. And after this I do more planes of the head studies, and this time I went all out and did all views, like 3/4, 1/2, and 1/4 views. So yeah, there's the Asaro head, and the top layer, the top row was done without using references again, because I wanted to see if I could do that. Now the bottom ones are more of a female Asaro head stuffs. Now this is not really important because you can use the same thing for the female ones, but I like stylized female drawings, so kind of wanted to learn something like this. I still don't understand how any of these work, but yeah, that looks rather cool, so I'll keep it on video. Okay, now moving on to day 18, I do more Asaro head studies. Oh, so there's day 19 as well. I didn't know that. And this time I was more of a shading Asaro head study. So I basically used my brush tip pen right there and a black pen, nothing more. A brush tip is basically one of my favorite pens currently. It's like a brush, but it's a pen. That's mind-boggling. Okay, that's day 18, final Asaro head. Oh right, that's the final one I do because I got bored of these, but I think I can do Asaro heads without looking now. So now after this I am gonna go straight into manga studies because I want to improve and find some sort of an art style. So I'll be doing a lot of manga studies, and this one is Tokyo Ghoul by Sui Ishida, and I did random sketches, but not really specific order, just flipped through the book and whichever I liked I picked one and I did it. So here's the actual Tokyo Ghoul manga, and yeah, I just flipped through a random page, I liked that image and I drew it. So this one I think is an original manga. And I've got two more. So the last time I showed you guys I only had Naruto, and I made 8 pages from this anime, this manga. Or is it 9? Probably 9 pages from this manga, like the entire pages. And if you haven't checked that video out, you can go check it out. I'll link it in the description, maybe not, I'll probably forget about it, but it's in my channel somewhere. So that's the Naruto, and I've already studied this. Now currently I'm drawing this guy. Now I'm more of a manga drawer than a manga reader because I've already watched every single one of these, so there's no point in reading it again. And there's Rosario plus Vampire. Now this anime, this manga has kind of, as you can see, they're rated for older teens, so it's got some sort of not friendly kind of artworks, and I'm into that stuff, So for example, you can look, there's a free poster inside, and this is what they're talking about. Okay, and I've already drawn most of these stuffs, so yeah, I'm quite tired of this one as well, but I'm really wanting to study more of the Tokyo Ghoul stuff, which I'll be doing surely in the future. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I wanted to quickly share my art sketch study thingies, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So if you guys want to learn some of these stuffs, you can go like to other YouTubers channel, or maybe if you want me to teach you guys, you can leave a comment. If it gets like tons of likes or maybe tons of comments requesting me to do this, then maybe I'll give it a shot. But for now, this is all. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed, hope you got some inspiration to do some arts, to learn some arts. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment me down below what should I do next in my next video, and share my videos. Thank you, bye bye.